Well, foods that are clinically proven to improve your artery health, especially if you have peripheral artery disease. And yes, I did say clinically proven. There are studies for the foods we're going to discuss and the properties that they have, which may help improve your artery health. I'm with nurse practitioner Deidre. This is our weekly Ask NP Deidre. And Deidre is with Aspire Wellness Integrative Health, aspirewih.com. And today we are going to run through a whole bunch of different foods. So grab your note paper and a pen, or you can grab your phone and start, just thumbing them right into your phone. But you'll definitely want to add these to your shopping list. But of course, always check with your doctor to see which foods are best for your situation. Don't just take our advice and run with it. Always check with your doctor to make sure it's right for you. So, without further ado, nurse practitioner Deidre, let's jump right into it. This is one you talked about in the last segment. So, I wanted to bring it up as number one because it is one of my very favorites, watermelon.
Right. So looking at foods that can kind of clinically proven to help with peripheral arterial disease, we'd look at your fruits, watermelon, pomegranate, avocados, berries, but this is the best time for watermelon, right?
Mhm.
And we talked about it last week because it improves nitric oxide. And we've talked a lot about what that does, helps relax and widen the blood vessels. So that's a good one. And, if you get excess watermelon now, it'd be nice to like even freeze some of those cubes and make cubes out of them for your sparkling waters and things, so you can have an artery boosting soda.
Very smart. I love that. Maybe add a little pomegranate to it. You mentioned pomegranate. That is one of your top 12.
Yes. So pomegranate, it's one of those fruits that are rich in polyphenols. So you get a lot of antioxidant with that. So that can protect against arteries because of the oxidative damage that happens with your arteries. So, and it also improves nitric oxide. You're going to see a recurring theme with nitric
Yeah.
oxide. So how can we add in as much stuff to improve nitric oxide naturally in the body?
And there is a test, right, that you can get that will show if you are deficient in nitric oxide, correct?
Right. You can do they have salivary, like you just put it on your tongue, and then you can do a measurement at home, nitric oxide strips, and look at that and see if you're low. And there's something that you can just order online.
Does it fluctuate that much during the day, or is it kind of a day-to-day thing or a weekly thing?
So it does fluctuate in the day, and you can see where adding these fruits, vegetables, things like that can really improve it, like within about an hour or two after having them.
Oh, good. So what about cinnamon?
Oh,
Cinnamon, I hear, is great for A1C.
truly is. So adding cinnamon, especially if you're having blood sugar dysregulation, but it's really, studies show how it can lower your glucose, cholesterol, and your triglycerides, remembering that the triglycerides are really linked to blood sugar. And we know that those actually have a risk for clogging arteries when we're having high blood sugars and everything. So reducing that inflammation in the blood vessels is what cinnamon does.
We have a
Sprinkle it on
vascular
your coffee. Have you done that?
yes. The Ceylon cinnamon, yes,
Mhm.
absolutely. And, we're not really talking about supplements as much today. We're talking about foods because food is medicine. And, but there is a vascular surgeon that I know in North Carolina who prescribes over the counter. You can still prescribe. He tells his patients to take Ceylon cinnamon capsules 2 weeks
Mhm.
on, 2 weeks off. He doesn't want it building up, I guess, in the liver, but he said 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off, and he sees great results in his patients that just need a little extra help with their A1C. I thought that was kind of interesting.
That is good. Our health services admin, she makes these marshmallows homemade for the gut. It's got like nice things in it, but she adds cinnamon too. And so then when you drop that in like a coffee or a tea, it just makes that creaminess without the having any of the uh, milk products in it, and so yummy.
I want some of that. Tell her to message me. I want to find out how I can get my hands on those. That would be absolutely delicious.
I know we're lucky because she makes stuff for us every week and brings it in to add into our drinks.
Oh, we need to have you make some of us jealous by putting up some videos when she brings those in and ask her how she makes them.
Okay, we can do that.
Those would be great social media shorts. Make sure you like this video and subscribe to both of our channels to get more of that great content. That is pretty awesome. So we'll
Yeah.
have that to look forward to. More to come, more to come. What about asparagus? This isn't one that I think that we have talked about, but I've seen a lot of um, chatter on some of the searches that I've done on artery health. Asparagus.
Right. It contains those compounds that fight inflammation and improve nitric oxide again. So,
Again.
yeah, the recent research
Yeah.
shows that it has polysaccharides that even help balance gut bacteria. So that's a really important thing is keeping the gut bacteria in the gut that's supposed to be, and lipopolysaccharides are something that can cause a lot of inflammation. But asparagus can help lower that and lower your cardiovascular risk that way. And who doesn't like love a little asparagus with some olive oil and garlic, right?
Oh my God, so good. My two favorite vegetables in the world, asparagus and artichokes. And artichoke is another one that's on the list. And I've seen conflicting studies. They all agree, all the studies I've read agree that artichoke does have some arterial benefits. But how much, it's almost as if you have to eat lot of them to really have more, the maximum benefit. So I started taking artichoke capsules along with eating 2 artichokes. I literally eat 2 artichokes a day. I mean, I'm right here in the valley where I call it Artichoke Valley because we have the fog. It's perfect condition for those artichokes to grow. So we have them. They flood our stores, and you can get
Yeah.
4 for just a few dollars. And so I just keep them in the fridge and I just eat them throughout the day.
So artichokes are great. When I was out in California last year at the conferences, you're right, they're everywhere. And
Yeah.
but I just want you to know I'm not very good at cooking them because they're not here on the East Coast. And so it was hard as brick, even after steaming. So next time you cook that one, I want to be in on it and learn. So
Oh my gosh, I'm a master at it. I have it down to a science. So literally it is you bring them to a boil. So you cut off the stems. It also helps if you just slice, a little bit off the top because you're not going to eat the whole, top anyway, the pointy. So you just kind of slice about a quarter of the way down just to get some of those little edges, those little sharp things off. And then you put them in. I kind of spread them out a little bit, put them into a pot of just about that much water. And I add lemon, I add olive oil, a little bit of salt, pepper, garlic, and oregano and some parsley. And I bring it to a boil. I cover it, and then 30 minutes, it's typically done. So
mm,
it just seems to be every single time it's 30 minutes. If it's a larger artichoke, it might need 35, 40 minutes. But all you do to make sure it's done and decide whether or not you're going to cook it longer is you just pluck a leaf out and see if it comes out easily. If it doesn't, it definitely needs cooked longer.
more time.
But
Okay.
I'm the
Well,
master.
here on the
Every week
East
I cook them.
Coast, it's artichoke dip, which is not that good for your arteries, right? You need the
No.
artichoke.
I mean, it does have spinach and artichoke in it, but the cheese and the everything else that makes it even more delicious. No, not so good, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So wild salmon.
I feel like you can't go wrong with salmon, right? And especially the wild caught. We've talked about this before. Like I
Yeah.
like wild Alaskan is where I buy from and have it shipped, but that
Me
wild
too.
salmon is high in omega 3s. So you're looking at EPA and DHA, um, which helps reduce inflammation, can be good on triglyceride levels, blood pressure.
Yeah.
So,
What about almonds? I know in the articles I was reading, there were a lot of different nuts that you can have, and they all have some sort of benefit. But almonds seems to be the number one.
Yeah, plus it's a little easier to get access to almonds and even more affordable than some of the other nuts. But that study showed that it lowers your LDL cholesterol, but it can improve the microbiome. So improving gut health always improves heart health. Like it's so interconnected.
I love that you always do. We should do another one on just literally foods that clean your gut, foods that populate your gut with the good bacteria versus the bad bacteria. That
Yeah.
would be really good. I'm still doing your pendulum though, so that's I think acromantia.
Acromants, yeah. Yep.
Make sure you go to our YouTube channel and you look up the one on gut health on our YouTube channel and acromantia, because we actually had a dietitian that we interviewed on that episode. And it was one of the most fascinating episodes, learning about your gut lining and how
Mhm.
the foods you eat can damage your gut lining, and then what you need to do to build that lining up. And the fact that you can build that lining back up and renew those cells. That blew my mind.
And pomegranate is one of the top things that feed the acromantia layer. So just know, like, if you want to continue to feed it, you can couple it and build your own up. Like pomegranate's a really good thing to add in for the gut microbiome.
Is it the same? I mean, do you have to it's so hard to cut the pomegranate and eat those little seeds. Can you just drink the juice?
Um, yeah, you probably could drink some of the juice. I don't know differences why. I just know the polyphenols in pomegranate. Anything rich in polyphenols can feed that acromantia layer in the gut. So,
And berries, even berries? Can berries
yes,
help?
uh-huh. Blueberries, especially, or blackberries, but those because in nature, it's really, you don't see a lot of blues and purples, right? So when we get something that's blue or purple, those are higher antioxidant foods. And so looking at that, like all kinds of benefits in reducing inflammation, oxidative stress, like reducing that. And that's how it can help with artery function and the reducing the risk of plaque buildup.
And we hear this one all the time, garlic.
Um, well, garlic for so many things, right?
So many things. I double down on garlic.
Yeah, roasted whole garlic bulbs, squeeze those
Yeah.
out, add this. But the aged garlic extract actually was in one of the randomized controls trials to help reduce the arterial plaque progression. So that's a good one. So think of improving cholesterol and lowering blood pressure, foods that you can add in. And when you roast it like that, it just spreads like butter and it's so delicious.
That sounds so good. I need to maybe you can actually I'm not as good. It sounds stupid, but I don't do as well with the roasted garlic. So I I I need to know what temperature, how I mean I you slice it, I guess, in half, and
Mhm.
then you put them in with a little olive oil on it. What do you put it in at, like 350 or 400?
Yeah, so I do I can make a soup with it where you put the garlic whole like that and I bake it with my tomatoes and peppers and stuff. And
Oh,
then
smart.
I use my emulsifier and make a soup up with that. It's pretty delicious. Pretty
So I think
easy.
we need a cooking with NP Deidre segment. That sounds delicious.
We probably could do that.
I think so. Especially we're coming into the fall and it's going to be soup season. We're going to start getting some
Mhm.
cool weather. I
Yeah.
think everyone needs to write in comments. Our YouTube producer Josh is on it. So get those comments in. Let's
Yeah.
start rallying behind cooking with NP Deidre.
Yeah, I actually do
Oh, it's
soup Sundays clear through the fall and winter. I love to make soups on Sundays.
me too. My Instapot is literally it's just going. It's always active.
Mhm.
During the winter, I do the same thing. So I want lots of recipes. But Josh is asking, our YouTube producer is asking, is chili considered soup? I guess it depends on how much water or tomato sauce you put in there.
Yeah, I actually think it probably does fall in the soup category, but we're looking at soups that are a little more brothy. So,
More brothing. Yeah.
yeah. But you could make chili with part broth, part the tomato.
How about avocado?
Oh, the benefits of avocado are amazing. It's got the good healthy fats there that help raise your HDL, so raising that good cholesterol. Plus, it's delicious, and it improves our artery elasticity. Um, I just think of like adding it. There's a watermelon salad that we get from this place here by us, and they
Yeah.
make everything gluten free, but it's like this watermelon, kale, quinoa, avocado. It is so delicious with almonds. So tell me how much packed punch is in that,
I know, just add a couple blueberries and it would be the ultimate
right?
artery health meal. That is awesome. That sounds absolutely delicious. It's probably a lot of work, so easier to buy it than to make it at home, but
Yeah, we get lucky. Like sometimes for lunches, we'll get it and have it because it's close by the office.
another one that's even great is chia seeds.
Chia seeds, I mean, fiber alone, adding fiber to your diet really helps lower cholesterol levels. But chia
Mhm.
is packed with omegas, alpha lipoic acid. It is a soluble fiber, has a little bit of protein. So you can make it in puddings. You can add it to acai bowls. People put it in their shakes overnight, doing it with some almond milk and some cinnamon. I mean, you're going to get multiple things.
Oh, that sounds really good. I could make, my own walnut milk and add, but the thing is, I don't tolerate the whole cheese seeds really well, so
So you
I
do the,
ground them.
okay.
Does it still have the same benefit if it's ground, or
Mhm.
does it need Oh, it does have the same
Yeah,
benefit. Okay, good.
because it's the fiber. It's one of those tastes like a dessert but acts like a medicine. That's what chia
Uh-huh.
seeds do.
I like it. I make these little packets for my dad for his yogurt and for his oatmeal, and I've measured everything out. And for each one of them, I have the ground chia seeds, ground flax seeds, a little bit of collagen, some raw cacao, some super greens. And so he just pours these little packets, whether it's into a little bit of hot water to make his oatmeal, or he'll pour the little packet into the dry packet into his yogurt, and it just adds a little bit of extra antioxidant punch to his plain yogurt that he has in the morning for breakfast.
I think that's a great idea. Like just adding in, like you said, adding in things in different meals, getting a little bit of this,
Yep.
like really pick 2 or 3 of these this week and add it in rather than overwhelming yourself and adding them all
Yeah,
in a week. But just, you know, adding
and
some of that
beets.
in. Beets,
Do we
oh, we didn't cover beets, but we talk about beets a lot because
mm,
um, that how it's rich in nitrates and then it converts to nitric oxide. There's a
and
recurring
there's
theme with foods that convert to nitric oxide because we
yeah,
know nitric oxide improves your circulation and everything. Beet powders in your smoothies. I know you have given us lots of great tips on beet powders and
mm.
things. So,
I
roasting
add
them
it
is
to my
my favorite way.
salads.
Do you like roasted
Yeah,
or the powder?
I put the powder in, on the salads. Just I just learned, though, because my dad came home from a dinner and he said, "Kim, we're not buying packaged beets anymore. I'm getting you the raw beets. You're going to boil them, and we're going to have the real thing because they taste completely different than beets that you get in a jar, the beets that you get that are
Mhm.
pre-cooked in a package." He was like, "They're not the same. I'm
Yeah.
ruined." I was like, "Yeah, just create more work for me." But he
No,
said
I agree
it's
with your
literally worth
dad.
it.
I agree with your dad. That's how I like them. I like to roast them. I tried to grow them this year, but I didn't do so hot. So I'm gonna try that next year. I did get plenty of squash and things like that, but
Hmm.
nothing with the beets. I was like,
I
bummer.
need to send you my noodle maker because I can no longer use my noodle maker because I am allergic now to zucchini, which was one of my favorite vegetables in the whole world. We'd grill it, we'd roast it, I'd make soup with it. I mean, I did everything and I make my noodles with it. And now I can't have it at all. And I'm so
Uh,
bummed. And I have this great little noodle maker.
oh, yeah. I don't have one, so I'll take it.
Okay, our bonus one. So we've named 12 clinically proven foods
Mhm.
that help to improve your artery health, especially if you have peripheral artery disease. But we have a bonus one. How about green tea? When my dad was diagnosed with heart disease, his dietitian said, I want you drinking green tea every single day.
Right. Green tea has lots of great benefits because it's loaded with catechins, especially EGCG. So that's a proponent of that, and it improves your cholesterol ratio. It may protect the arteries from stiffening with age. It also helps with hormonal, like testosterone. So think that, like it optimizes testosterone levels. But it's great to swap like your afternoon drinks after two green tea, no coffee or anything like that. It does still have some caffeine, but a lot less than coffee. But if you don't like the taste, try it with adding lemon or
Oh,
adding it
yeah.
with another tea. So
That's a really good idea. When I boil, is it the same whether it's hot or whether you let it cool, the same amount of benefits?
I'm pretty
That's
sure
a
that it
weird
is.
question, but
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the same amount of benefits. So many great things with green tea for your health. So
yeah, because you can get what I always prefer. I'm a purist. So you get the green tea, but then get maybe a lemon tea or get my favorite to do is I have the green tea and I get a hibiscus tea. Hibiscus is another one that has been clinically proven. Maybe we'll do two bonus, but hibiscus is supposed to really help with artery health as well. And so what I'll do is I'll get the hibiscus tea bag and I'll get the a couple of the green tea bags and then I'll boil and then I'll create iced tea with both of them together and it definitely tastes less bitter than just green tea alone.
I like it with peach, but it probably doesn't
Oh,
have
that's
as
a good
many
idea.
benefits as hibiscus. But I think like a peach green tea in the summer is so yummy.
Oh, that's good. That's refreshing, and that it's a little sweeter than the hibiscus. So
Yeah.
I'm all in on that. Well, we have gotten through 14 14. So we gave you 2 bonus, items, but if you have more questions you have, for Nurse Practitioner Deidre, go ahead and put them in comments. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to our channels. Make sure you visit Nurse Practitioner Deidre's website at aspirewih.com. She does have telehealth practices that might be in your state, so you might wanna definitely check that out. If you're in Ohio, you can definitely see her. If you're in the Columbus area, but we appreciate you, Nurse Practitioner Deidre. We won't see you for a few weeks, but hopefully you'll be back in October. And I think we talked about our next session being about how to get your 1,000 milligrams of calcium a day through food.
Yes, and stay tuned because this conference I'm doing a cardiovascular like whole day. So I can't wait to tell you all about these. And these are integrative medicine cardiologists,
Ooh.
widely known out there. So I'm gonna send you the lineup to look at.
Oh, I would love that. We might have to, don't tell our producer Josh this because he might have you doing these quick lives in between sessions with little nuggets of information of the learnings that you're having along your journey to these conferences.
Yeah, I'm super excited for
On
this
scene.
one.
Can't wait to hear in a moment's notice. We can go live. On scene reporting, as producer Josh says, it's all about being spontaneous. And that's why you need to subscribe to our channels because great content like this that we don't know. Sometimes it's just going to be in the moment. She's going to be, oh my gosh, we just talked to Dr. Mark Hyman. He's amazing. He gave me this tip and this tip and this tip, and I'm sharing it with you. So, like the video, subscribe to our channel, visit our website, and we hope you have a great day. Hopefully, this information was really helpful for you.
Yeah.